Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Show and Tell What the Hell. And hey, I was actually surprised about finding this figure um, at my local Walgreens by Diamond Select Toys. Um, Very interesting to find it there. But I guess this is they're putting out a lot of their Disney stuff, like the Tron figure line. I got one of the older Trons that came in a 2-pack with some, what do you call those? That one game that everybody knows that I don't. It's that Disney action adventure RPG game, Kingdom Hearts. It was a 2-pack with that. Tossed that little figure that came with and just kept the Tron figure. I really like those old Tron figures. I'm trying to actually get some more of those from my old collection back. But yes, you see the big Disney there. And Rocketeer, it says Rocketeer underscore Walgreens up at the top. Here you go. So, yeah, I actually have a pretty big affinity with the Rocketeer character. I actually own the original Pacific Comics that my dad got me when I was a kid. And, but he gave me them a few years later. Those came out in 1982. A little bit too young for that. For a few years later, the Rocketeer comics came out. They were a little bit risque too. And what I remember about them is like they paid a lot of homage to stuff like Commander Cody. What was the other guy? The Rocket Man or King of Rocket Man. So yeah, it had a very I don't know. It was a very old world, old United States, early 19th, 20th century, whatever. 1930s kind of stuff. So it was pretty cool, man. I really liked that. I love the movie too. And so I remember the comics. I still got them somewhere. I think those are the same ones where they had. It was like half an issue was Rocketeer and the other half was Bucky O'Hare. I got those Bucky O'Hare toys recently too. I like those. But I was always a big Bucky O'Hare fan since I was a kid. So when they came out years later in the 90s, I was really like pleased by that. Now here's something that I'm going to say right now. Now this is about like what, $20 or something like that? Maybe a little bit less, which is I guess okay. Well, here's what I don't like. Let's talk about the face here. Mm, mm, mm. Hey guys. This is a horrible face sculpt. I don't remember the comic or the actor looking anything like this. This looks like a cheap mannequin at a department store. Don't like that. But I do like that it comes with these little flame effects here that you stick in the back of the rocket. The other thing that's what I would have liked is if you just had the Rocketeer helmet to go over this. I do got one of the smaller Rocketeer toys put away somewhere. I really wish they had made a Rocketeer too. So you get it's a simple head swap. This I am never going to put on that toy ever again. It should have just had this. Just a waste of plastic in my opinion. And the fact that it comes packaged with that face, I don't think that was a good idea to have that. I think Rocketeer has one of the most iconic, coolest looking helmets. I would have liked to see that helmet being donned by other heroes or licensed out to something. You know, it would have been cool to see the Rocketeer in the DC universe in the 80s or something, you know, like or during the Crisis, and you had a character called the Rocketeer that was like I don't know, like a distant cousin. But just a very cool looking helmet. I think a lot of people took inspiration not from Rocketeer but Commander Cody, Iron Man and Man in the Iron Mask, but where you get those little slits and just like that blank look, but just looks really cool. Now, what this figure should have come with was like a flight stand. So they gave him a standing, like just a regular old stand right there for him to stand up on, and it would be nice to have an American flag there too. One of these old pulp style heroes. Now, a lot of people think Rocketeer is actually an old superhero, but no, he's from the early '80s. So, but he's made to look that way. So there you go. You just stick those in, and you can very. It's got some. It got some nice articulation right here in the legs. That typical Diamond Select style where it has that I like something I like about Diamond Select is that the quality of the plastic seems a lot more durable than the likes of Nika. The the in some areas, in certain areas, it doesn't feel like it's going to break apart. I have some of those older original. I'm saying old, but early 2000s, mid 2000s, Four Horsemen figures. They're like now they have Mythic Legions, but the predecessors to that, those joints would break off, and now you just can't find those figures. So I have to figure ways to fix them. Now I'm gonna try to see how he looks like with a. I do have that Black Widow flight stand. Let's see how that looks. 1 second. Okay, kind of works for this. I'm using that Black Widow movie clear stand. Kind of actually works with it. It took me a little bit to kind of angle it the right way. It doesn't really balance too well, but it can kind of work, you know, for something like this. It's not like super form-fitting, but you can get something along. It looks like, I like the blaster. It looks like he's going through a bunch of explosions. But hey, man, Rocketeer. Why the fuck not? I still would love to have a Rocketeer helmet and just run outside with the helmet on, with my arms out, completely naked, just running. Ah, I'm Rocketeer, the naked Rocketeer. But there you go. Walgreens. I guess it's a Walgreens exclusive. Very interesting. I'm glad I have a Rocketeer. Let's see how it scales next to a Marvel Legend. I don't think it really is a 6-inch scale based on what I'm looking at right now. But let's say, let's get a Skrull. He's a little bit taller. So he's about the same size as a Skrull. He's more like a NECA scale. Yeah, he's like about the size of your NECA figure. But let's get a Star Wars Black, a custom that I did here, that I just, Boba Fett. He's a lot taller than that. This is a custom, by the way. I still never got the exclusive. I was on my computer all day waiting for Hasbro Pulse. Let's get Namor to allow me to get one, and I was so pissed off I chewed out the customer service. Oh, you know, maybe about the same size as someone like Namor. Works well with a Namor too. If you want to get Namor, old school Captain America, and the Rocketeer, you know. You know what I'd like to see though? Well, actually, they are coming out with a Phantom figure. Hope it's about the same size. I can get Phantom, Rocketeer, get Pulp style figures. Yeah, he's like a larger Marvel Legend height figure, so yeah, it works out pretty well. I just need to get myself a cool Human Torch. But there's something about those old school pulp 1920s to 1940s comic book characters that are just, I don't know, there's just something very charming about them. Anyway, folks, that's our Rocketeer review. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to check out some more of my videos if you have any questions about... he doesn't actually have any guns or anything, so that's just another thing just to point out. And let's take one final look at that stupid head that I hope never to see again. I'm going to shove it way down in my accessory box. Who does that look like to you? That looks like a mannequin of Marty McFly. That looks like a mannequin of a cartoon version of Marty McFly. That's just so horrible. Shame on you, Diamond Select. This is cool. This is real. This is nice. You know what? I may not have him flying. I think I just may have him giving him a heroic standing pose and find some sort of American flag. I think I have a Hacksaw Jim Duggan with an American flag that I can use for the Rocketeer. But what a character. I hope they... I know Disney has like a new rebooted... not like CGI little girl playing the Rocketeer, but I'd like to see another, I don't know, a reboot or a series or a serial. Like maybe go back to like serial style shows, you know. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. We will see you later on. Shit, am I still recording? Fuck.